And gentlemen, welcome to Don Mafia Live. As many of you know, I just ended up dropping my most recent preview video. I'm getting my balls back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm sitting here telling you that I believe the Bills are going to annihilate the Tennessee Titans. I hope that I am getting back on my winning streak. You know, last year, I think a lot of it has to do with the success of my channel, where I would put out these ballsy statements, and then just by pure dumb luck, I was right. I tried it week 1, failed miserably, but I'm not just going to throw it away forever, right? I mean, I need to get back into my style, right? But luckily, I do have full confidence that the Buffalo Bills are going to win this game on Monday night. And, excuse me, sorry about that, y'all. I have off tomorrow, actually. My company, they give us mental health days once per fiscal quarter, and I have off tomorrow. So I'm enjoying myself a nice IPA while I talk to you fools for a little bit. We're going to dissect this. And just legitimately hopping right into this stream, I noticed that we have a new member to the Dom Mafia. Beautiful. Beautiful. I know a lot of us are used to and spoiled with how Rico announces a new member, right? He does the bing, bing, bing. I'm not sure whether or not that I need some type of catchphrase when something like that happens. In fact, I would be curious if I would like just the comment section to go on ahead and to start giving me some suggestions on a sound effect or some type of catchphrase I should throw in there when I see a new member hop into the Dom Mafia. It's always a beautiful thing. Joining the Dom Mafia via member is always a good thing, man. It definitely is. You get a bunch of super cool benefits, including having the ability to come onto my live streams and chat with me a little bit about the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go on ahead and I'm probably going to release the StreamYard link to my members only a little later. So if some of you guys want to come on, talk a little football, we will be here. But we certainly have a lot to cover today in not only dissecting this game. I'm not going to go into crazy detail. I know that I just ended up dropping my preview video, but we are going to chat about a couple of things that I may have missed out on during that video by itself. But super glad to see everyone is here. Super glad to see everybody is here. Cody Clemens, what's up, my friend? If you're looking at your YouTube screen right now, you'll notice a join button, and then you can go on ahead and check out whatever. Doesn't matter what tier. It all happens from here. Smash that like button. Matthew Smith, dude's always got my back, okay? Listen, there's several ways to support my channel, but the easiest free way to support my channel, simply hit that like button, baby. Smash it right in its damn face. It's going to be there. Things are going to move a bit more smoother, if you will. Helps me out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Hit that like button, baby. Hit that like button. Works out great. Tristan, okay. You want me to do the Bills chant? My friend, that is exclusively for game day. It's exclusively for game day. It loses its power when it's not game day. You know what I mean? And I'm a very superstitious kind of guy, but we're going to have to check this out. Alex Rose comes in. What's up, Alex, first off? Hope you're doing great. Now, this is an interesting point from Alex. He's suggesting that Derrick Henry is going to run the ball 47 times for 125 yards. That's realistic, man. That is very, very realistic. In fact, I'm not sure if any of you watched my preview video earlier today, but I found something pretty interesting off of Derrick Henry that I think a lot of you guys are going to appreciate once I read this off. When you hear the name Derrick Henry, right? When you hear the name Derrick Henry, it just sends chills down your spine, right? It does. I mean, honestly, I would have to say he's the best running back in the league. He's physical. He's fast. He can run the damn ball. If he was a pass catching back, I mean, he'd be the greatest of all time immediately, but not so much the case. However, little do we know, Derrick Henry has struggled tremendously against the Buffalo Bills throughout his career, right? As many of you know, we have played the Titans 4 years in a row. 4 years in a row. And the 3 years that Derrick Henry was on the team, here are his stats. In 2018, 56 yards on the ground. In 2019, 78 yards. That was the game where Mr. Duke Williams caught the game winner for us. And then last year in 2020, during that absolute walloping He only put up 57 yards, 2 touchdowns, of course. But at the end of the day, dude, man, was legitimately just a red zone machine. Okay. Very difficult to stop that guy from getting 2 to 3, 4, 5 yards even for the most part. But me circling back to my original point, he's going to get a lot of carries. This is the Tennessee Titans offense. It really, really is, man. Right now, this is also interesting. You guys are going to appreciate this. He has 142 rushing attempts on this team. Okay? The next closest person to him in rushing attempts has 8. 8, single digit right there. 142 rushing attempts to 8 rushing attempts. And that person just so happens to be Ryan Tannehill. Okay, so based off of the stats so far and based off of just the overall Tennessee Titans, I would say DNA is Derrick Henry. That is their offense, right? Now, a lot of us can sit here and talk about, hey, you know what? Last year, the Tennessee Titans didn't need to run against us. They completely carved us up in the pass game. You know, those short screens, a lot of the receivers were making a bunch of yards after the catch. The Tennessee Titans passing offense, while they did make a pretty significant investment in Julio Jones over the offseason, it really has not been clicking, right? Ryan Tannehill has been struggling tremendously. Might have to do with the fact that Julio Jones and A.J. Brown have been battling injuries practically all season. During my preview video, I did go out there and I said that I was not completely convinced that Julio Jones was going to be playing on Monday, but the second that I uploaded this video, I saw a news drop that Julio Jones was a full participant in practice, trending to be able to start. So you have A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. With A.J. Brown, he's been struggling. He's not 1,000% healthy, but he's still out there. And Julio Jones, who's always a threat, I suppose. But at the end of the day, are the Titans really going to risk rushing him in against a Monday night game where they still have a whole bunch of season to play over? So it's going to be interesting. I still think the Titans are going to go out there, and I think that the Titans are going to really focus on what they do best, and that's legitimately rushing the ball. That's exactly what they do. But as far as the passing game is concerned, I'm not really seeing this to be a crazy, sort of a crazy game on this end. They've been struggling tremendously. Might have to do with the fact with the injuries. Like I said, they have a brand new offensive coordinator, and Ryan Tannehill just is not connecting on the deep ball like he typically does. Last year, I feel like Tennessee was just littering the top 10 highlights when it came down to those big chunk plays. This year, Tannehill isn't doing shit, guys. He's really not. In fact, he's tried throwing the ball over 20 yards 18 times so far. And let's just say that he's only connected on 3 of them. That's like a 17% completion rate right over there. Now, I know that a lot of us are spoiled because Josh Allen's been absolutely killing the deep ball, but Ryan Tannehill is playing in a very uncharacteristic type environment for the most part. So I'm really not concerned about their passing game, even if Julio Jones is out there, just because their quarterback hasn't really been performing well. A lot of that has to do with the fact that he's leading the entire league in being on his ass. He's the most sacked quarterback in the entire league right now. Their offensive line has been playing like doo-doo. But for the most part, if this team can't run the ball against us, going up against a team who has proven that 2020 is an entire different story. Now the Buffalo Bills have a tremendous run defense. I think things are looking good. Great little take right there on Derrick Henry, but we'll go on ahead and move on a bit more. Dan the Man comes in, says, we are going to run the damn ball. Listen, man, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I wouldn't be upset if we decided to sort of put in a run scheme there. I do think that there is a lot to take advantage of with their secondary, right? Because when you look at their overall team, the only cornerback that even scares me is Janoris Jenkins, right? And I mean, say that this was 2016, my Timbers would officially be shivered, okay? But the issue is that I don't see him being in his prime, right? And then the Tennessee Titans are also going to be lining up a bunch of rookies. I know that they have Caleb Farley, they have a couple of second years who have been more of like role pieces for the most part, but I mean, that secondary is pretty weak outside of Baird, who is a Pro Bowl safety, ball hawk. He's the guy that can really change the game up. I think that we're going to go in there with a passing game. In fact, I'm not even sure. This is actually kind of funny because I feel like the Bills have been playing in terrible weather conditions for the past couple of weeks. I'm almost curious to see what the weather is going to be like in Nashville on Monday. Okay. Oh, look at that. Monday, sunny, 71, low 46. It's going to be pretty chilly, but at least it's going to be clear for the Bills. So, I mean, this is going to be the first game I think that I even remember all season where the weather conditions are going to be ideal. So, it's going to be good. It's definitely going to be good. But I think that as much as I would love to see the Bills mix it in, I feel like it's going to be a heavy passing attack because we need to take advantage of their weakness. And it's been the pass. I mean, honestly, let me go ahead and check out like what their defense was right over here. They're giving up right now. They're giving up an average of 264 pass yards already, which is not great. Not great at all. And when you end up looking over at the Titans' schedule of who they played, let's go ahead and see the quarterbacks that they ended up going up against, where that average came from, right? So I'm going to go ahead and view more games here. Okay, so the Titans ended up going up against, okay, first off, the Jets who beat them. Zach Wilson went off there. Let me double check to see where Zach Wilson went. Yeah, I mean, Zach Wilson threw for nearly 300 yards against that team. So, I mean, I would say that Josh Allen is so much better than Zach Wilson at that point. So, I mean, no issues there. Lost to the Jets, the Jaguars, which is an easy win right over there. The Colts, looks like Carson Wentz actually ended up, I suppose, throwing for over 194, including the rush. They rushed all over that team during that point as well. So what I'm saying is that I feel like the statistics are suggesting that we need to pass against this team because they do have a pretty good defensive line. I'm not going to lie to you, right? I mean, it's not terrible by any means. I mean, you have Simmons, who is a defensive tackle, is a quarterback nightmare, game breaker, very good run blocker as well. And then you also have a defensive end in Landry, who is a very speedy defensive end who can get off from the outside. And then I just ended up reading a report recently that Bud Dupree ended up going into practice today. So granted, I mean, I'm not sure how effective he's going to be. He's clearly coming off of that, I would say. And so, I mean, he's coming off of that ACL injury where he's even been quoted saying that he felt like he was rushed back into the whole system. So definitely something to look out for. But at the end of the day, I think that there's just way too many weaknesses on this Tennessee Titans secondary where I feel like that the Bills can take advantage of. We don't need a run the damn ball type mentality against this team right now. Tyler Bass coming in. Is Josh Allen the best quarterback right now? I mean, he's certainly playing like it, my friend. He's certainly playing like it. I would say out of all the quarterbacks that have been impressing me the most, and I'm trying to step back, right? I'm trying to get into my own little feels, right? I'm trying to be as objective as possible. I would say that Josh Allen is in my top 3 quarterbacks right now who have been impressing me, even if I wasn't a Bills fan. I mean, you can't deny throughout the past couple of games that he hasn't been absolutely working teams. Then, of course, this tastes like absolute shit coming out of my mouth. Tom Brady's been playing very good. And then Justin Herbert. I am a huge fan of Justin Herbert. I'm glad we don't need to play them during the regular season. Wouldn't be surprised if it's Bills and Chargers in the AFC Championship, though, at this point. We have a $5 donation from KM. KM. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. That is a great way to support my channel. But y'all know the easiest way to support my channel is simply by hitting the fuck out of that like button. So if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like button. Helps me out. But KM, you went above and beyond with that $5 donation. Thank you so much. Is Allen top 5 all-time quarterback in the AFC East Brady, Marino, Kelly, Namath, Allen, KM. Listen, great question. Great question. I'm going to be fully transparent with you. It is way too early. It is way too early to even say that at this point. All of those quarterbacks that you just listed had tremendous careers, 10 plus years, right? I mean, of just pure dominance and consistency. Josh Allen has been very consistent from 2020 until now. I mean, he did have some off games toward the beginning of the season this year, but I need to see more, man. Like, I mean, I need to see him playing at this level for another 6-7 years in a row for me to even put them in that category. Do I believe that Josh Allen has more potential? Do I think that he has potential to be better than all of those quarterbacks that you just ended up naming? Yeah, for sure. 1,000%. 1,000%. But at this time, for me to sit there and be like, yo, this guy is in the same accolades. This guy is in the exact same accolades, same conversation as Kelly, Marino, you name it. Not yet. But I will say he's the best quarterback in the AFC. I can tell you that right now. I think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the AFC. I think Justin Herbert is just a smidge under him. Herbert's good, y'all. Herbert is good. Miami Dolphins fans should be kicking themselves in the ass for even considering doing that, right? So, I mean, that's always the one thing. Hold on 1 second for me, guys. I got someone. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I had an intruder and I had to take care of that. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. It was my mother. She wanted to stop by and drop something off, but we are back ready to talk about some Buffalo Bills. Chino, Dan is buying that loud pack right now. You're right, bro. That was my dude. That was my dude. You know what I mean? That was the guy that I needed to work on. Alex Rose was putting in the clock right over there, being like, yo, what's going on here? So John Wag says, you got a long time until you can list Allen up to in top 5 of even AFC East. Bledsoe had 14 amazing years along, not even listed. John, I agree with you there. As much as I absolutely love Josh Allen, there's a lot of things that we need to put into consideration before we even start having that conversation at that point. So while Allen's been good, listen, if Josh wins me a Super Bowl this year, then I'll put him on that list. If Josh wins the Bills a Super Bowl this year, then I'm going to be nothing but the happiest camper on the face of the planet right over here. So, I mean, we'll see what's going on. Cody was trolling me saying that it was buffering over here. Always a good thing. But anyway, guys, listen, I do want to just break for a quick second so we can get a word from today's sponsor. If any of you are going to the Jacksonville Jaguars game, you're going to want to listen to this one. Jacksonville, Florida. The last time Bills Mafia was there, we didn't necessarily leave with the outcome that we were looking for. But this year, November 7th, 2021, we're coming back. Say that you thought that was a questionable decision by itself. Let's just say that game day tailgate experience is throwing us a party. I mean, holy shit, did they tell these people what we do at tailgates? Regardless, there's no way in hell that I am going to be missing this. Game day tailgate experience is throwing the ultimate tailgate prior to the game on November 7th, starting at 9 a.m. I am talking open bar, a ton of food, live DJ, games, thousands of people. And to make it even better, it's being hosted by former Buffalo Bills and Jacksonville Jaguars player Paul Beasley and reality TV star Brody Jenner. Now, there's no question on the face of the planet that if anybody knows how to tailgate, it is Bills Mafia. So coming from a member of Bills Mafia, I will tell you that this is about to be lit. Me and a bunch of my boys are going to be down there, and I want to see you there. Do me a favor, hit that link in my description, and before you check out, put in code Mitchell10 for 10% off any ticket that you go for. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss this. Bills Mafia, I will see you there, and bring the tables. Oh, man, no, for real, guys. If you guys are planning on going to the Jacksonville game for an away game, I know a lot of Bills fans have relocated across the East Coast for the most part. Several of you I know are in Florida, the Carolinas, on the East Coast. If you guys are going there, meet me there. Meet me there. It's about to be dope. It's like an open bar, a bunch of free food. Well, I mean, you're going to be paying for a ticket to get in there. So, I mean, I guess it's not free, but it's unlimited food. Booze, great time, thousands of people. It's going to be absolutely insane. So we will see what is going on. My dude, Silas, comes in and says, Dan, what's up? Bills easy win. Jaguars put up 450 yards on the Titans. 450 yards. That's Trevor Lawrence. Think about what Josh Allen will do. Also, the Titans have no offensive line. Bills dominate, and they win. That's a great point. And then I will also point out the fact that they lost to the fucking New York Jets. They lost to the Jets. So if we can put both of those things into consideration, it just points out how terrible this team's secondary is. And they're going up against Josh Allen, who is an absolute surgeon when it comes into passing the football. So I am liking every single second of that. Cody Clemens came in. Real fast, let me find him. Dan, are you going to stream the Bucs game tonight? I am. As a matter of fact, I decided that I want to go on ahead and I want to start streaming Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, and Monday Night Football, regardless of what I am doing, just because I'm watching football. I mean, I might as well just stream it, right? I mean, there's really no reason for me not to. So, yes, I am going to be streaming tonight, watching the Bucs game, watching, So, I mean, we'll definitely see how that plays out. I'm not sure if I will do the entire game, but, I mean, still pretty interested to see what's going on. Looks like Alex Rose is saying the only other jersey I have other than Josh Allen is a baby-sized Doug Flutie jersey he signed when I was like 1 year old. Listen, man, hold on to that, dude. Flutie was the man. What's up, Jordan? How you doing, man? How you doing, brother? Hope all is well. So the Titans aren't really looking like a playoff team, but they are also in a terrible division, so they'll get there anyway. John D, yeah, absolutely. Each and every other single team in the AFC South is sitting at 1-4 right now. So the Titans are essentially just going to be running away with the division. Unless the Colts can have like a dramatic turnaround, it's simply not going to happen. Oh, man. Okay, Hazmats comes in. Dan, would you rather run over 5 kids or 5 elderly people? I'm the why you are guy today. Oh, would you rather guy? 5 kids or 5 old people? Damn, bro, this is getting pretty dark. I mean, I'd probably say old people just because they've lived their life. I'm not going to run over kids, you know what I mean? And so this is considering the fact that I had no choice. I had to choose, like it's Squid Game or something like that. Like there was no choice. It was either me, 5 kids, or 5 elderly people. 5 elderly people for sure. 1,000%. No other way when it comes into it. Let me see what else we got in here. Yeah, guys, as far as like a detailed breakdown, if you haven't checked out my preview video, it is titled "The Buffalo Bills are going to annihilate the Tennessee Titans," and in parentheses, for real this time. Go on ahead and check that out. I sincerely recommend that you do so. Really dive into, splits, certain data points. I'm not just sitting here being cocky, right? Like, I do my research prior to my takes, and on paper, and granted, it's any given Sunday, right? It's any given Sunday. Anything can happen. But when I look at the Bills and when I look at the Titans, if the Titans win on Monday night, I am going to be sincerely surprised. I am going to be sincerely surprised. Silas says you want to run over 5 old people? Wow, unsubscribed. Come on, Silas. Come on, man. And so would you rather me do children? Come on, bro. This is tough. Okay, 999 Silver says Henry is going to roll us. Dude, I'm not sure if you're late to the stream right now, but I legitimately just ended up giving this out a little bit ago. He hasn't been good against the Bills, my guy. He has not been good against the Bills. He has never rushed over 100 yards since he's played the Bills in the last 3 matchups. 57, 78, and 56 are the yards he ended up putting out there. 57, 78, and 56. I find that hard to believe, man. I really, really do. I just don't see him rushing for over 100. He could. I mean, this is a running back that is very talented. He's perhaps the best in the league. He without a doubt can, but historically speaking, he's never ran over us. He's never ran over us whatsoever. Well, like I said, it's any given Sunday, right? And so I'm just a random guy who talks about football in my house, you know? What the fuck do I know? You know what I mean? John says, I can't watch the Annihilate video despite if it should happen. Okay, so John's being a little superstitious on me, saying that he can't. Yeah, Silas comes in, says a great point. He says, Henry won't roll us. Our defense is so elite this year. Dude, I agree with you. I really, really agree with you. If we can hold the Kansas City Chiefs to 20 points, granted, I know that the Kansas City Chiefs going into that game had, I'm pretty sure, like the second or third scoring offense in the entire league, right? They were struggling for sure. They were 2-2 when we played them, 2-3 after we beat them. But their offense was still damn good. If our defense can hold the Kansas City Chiefs offense to 20 points, bruh. Dude, honestly, here's a hot take, okay? Here's a hot take for me. Put this on the record, clip this. If I'm right, please bring this back to my attention. The Buffalo Bills will not give up more than 28 points all year. In fact, you know what? I'm fucking tweeting that right now. I am tweeting that right now, ladies and gentlemen, just so we can have the receipts, okay? I am tweeting that. The Buffalo Bills defense, you heard it here first on Don Mafia Live. The Bills will not give up. The Bills will not give up more than 28 points all season. Book it. And then I'm going to do a microphone drop right there. Microphone emoji. Down. I'm such a boomer with this shit. Hold up. Dude, I was hoping that I could just make this like super simple, but it's not being super simple right now. Right over there. But honestly, I mean, I legitimately believe that our defense has just been absolutely reeling. 28 points. The Bills will not give up more than 28 points all year. That's including our matchup against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. 1,000%. 1,000%. Where is the down emoji, bruh? Where is this, man? Why am I... There it is. Okay. Beautiful. Mic drop. Okay, I just tweeted that. And so if y'all are not on my... If y'all aren't following my Twitter, please do so, my friend. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love every second of it. Anyway, okay. Cody Clemens, $5 donation. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. That's a great way to support my channel. But you know what is an easier and better way of supporting my channel, ladies and gentlemen? Smashing the fuck out of that like button. Smashing the fuck out of that like button. That is the easiest, free, best thing to do. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. But anyway, this my friend Cody went above and beyond. I appreciate you. Okay, real talk. And even on the Rich Eisen show today, Allen keeps being so middle ground about the Chiefs' loss. Rich couldn't even get him to budge. Cody, what do you mean by that? Hold on, let me read that again. Even on Rich Eisen today, Allen keeps being so middle ground about the Chiefs' loss. Rich couldn't even get him the budge. So do you mean the Chiefs win? So Allen just wouldn't try and be like, oh, yo, like this is a big deal that we beat the Chiefs, or are we talking about the previous year? Would love for that. Okay, Cody comes in, says, I get that, man, but it's almost a downer. Like why can't we be excited? I get the whole point, but come on a little. Dude, I feel like when it comes down to the Josh Allen and anybody on the Buffalo Bills, Sean McDermott has them on a regiment. And so you know what I mean? Like Sean McDermott's not going to let his team go out there and just be like, oh yeah, dude, we kicked the shit out of the Chiefs. And we pissed on their hopes and dreams. As much as I would absolutely love to see that out of my team, to see like Stephon Diggs or Josh Allen go out to the press interviews and they're just getting asked questions. So what do you feel about the game? And then one of them turns around and just says, we bitch slap those fools. I would love every second of that, but it's just not how it's not how the culture is. Josh Allen is very buttoned up when it comes down into interviews. But dude, I guarantee you that dude, man, is feeling himself for destroying the Chiefs. I guarantee you. His age, bro, like he's 24, 25 years old. Dude, he's on cloud 9 with confidence right now. Like, dude, man's like one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the entire league right now. He just beat the shit out of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Dude, don't believe it, man. Let him be humble. Let him be humble, like out in public. But I guarantee you, so many like Bills players, I guarantee you the Bills locker room are the cockiest mofos in the face of the planet. Bro, they probably think their shit don't stink. But facing the public, humble and hungry. They're not humble and hungry. They know that they're the shit. They know that they're one of the best teams in football. It's just common sense at this point. You know what I mean? Norm, what's going on, man? How you doing? Hanging in there, brother. Hanging in there, man. We were just dissecting a little bit of the Tennessee Titans game at this point. Should be some good stuff. Looks like Cody was just like, I would like to see a little excitement from Josh Allen going into it. Shea White comes in. The Titans are bruisers, and Bills are smart and fast, known as an improviser squad. Yeah, and so they really are, man. I mean, really, when it comes down to the Titans, they've been struggling with the pass game. I touched on this a little bit earlier in the stream. But one thing I will say is that I just have a feeling that they're legitimately just going to resort to the Derrick Henry show like they normally do. And I think that the Bills are going to really make them one-dimensional. I have a feeling that the Bills are going to lock down the run against Henry, and they're going to force Tannehill to beat us with the pass game. Tannehill has been getting sacked the most out of any single quarterback in the entire league. And he's going up against our defensive line, who has been wildly, wildly impressive, especially compared to last year, by getting pressure on the quarterback and making an offensive line's lives a living hell. So if we can make this team one-dimensional and have them focus on the pass, I could care less if they have A.J. Brown or Julio Jones out there, because both of them are still injured. They're rushing back in. I guarantee you on that. It's just not going to be how it works out. Wild One, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? Jorge, what's up, dude? I have like 2 squares. I think that might be an emoji that I just can't see at this point. Who knows? And so my MacBook must be like outdated or something like that. But beautiful. Okay, so 999 Silver goes. And so Beasley has been absent for the most part for the last 2 games. I expect him to be a big target for Josh this week. Dude, I hope so. Because I have a lot of players on my fantasy team who are on a bye week. So I'm starting Beasley in the flex position. So I'm going to need Beasley to go off, not only for my own selfish reasons of fantasy football, but also for the sake of my favorite football team, the Buffalo Bills. So, yes, I definitely agree. I think Diggs is due as well, right? I mean, has Diggs had a game? Has Diggs had like a crazy game yet? Has Diggs had a touchdown this year? Has Stephon Diggs had a touchdown this year? Stephon Diggs, 2021 stats. I don't think he has. It could be crazy. 2021, has he had a touchdown? And like, okay, he has 1 touchdown. Okay, he has 1 touchdown pass thrown to him. He's big, dude. He's due for a game. I'd say Stephon Diggs is absolutely due for a touchdown pass. He is due, and Cole Beasley is due to have one. It's been the Emmanuel Sanders show for, I would say, a pretty good amount of time, and Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox, dude. Let's tip our caps to this fool for finally catching the ball, dude. My guy, listen, he's looking good. He's looking very good. It goes to show you how if you have patience with a position of somebody who's clearly developing, things just work out, man. Oh, shit. Okay, Hazmats comes in with another would you rather. Damn, this is rough. This is rough. Would you rather eat a loved one's eyeball or eat your own hand? Ooh. Bro, this is rough, man. This is rough. So I can't cop out. I need to choose one. I need to choose one, okay? I'd probably eat one of my grandfather's eyeballs. Like, I mean, like, he's practically blind anyway. So, I mean, I go on ahead and, dude, I'd munch that like 1,000%. Sorry, Grandpa. And so if you're watching this, sorry about that. But like, I mean, like, your eyesight's gone, dude. I mean, my hand, how the hell am I going to edit? Right? Like, I mean, like me editing videos and shit like that or whatever, like doing YouTube stuff. Like, hands are very important for what my, I would say my borderline career is. So 1,000% grandpa's eyeball for sure. And like, I mean, granted, I didn't even know if I could choose the specific loved one's eyeball. If, say, for example, it was just like it's a random loved one's eyeball. Like if like you lined up all of my loved ones on this wall and you said we're picking a random eyeball, you gotta eat it, I'd probably pick my hand. I'd probably pick my hand. But if I could choose the loved one, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is beautiful. Those are some amazing. You hate his eyeball. Asmats. Okay, Oswald comes in. Where was Oswald right here? Okay, so on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate the run game? Just curious. Oswald, I'm assuming you're talking about the Buffalo Bills. Dude, all right. So by itself, I would probably rate the run game about like a 7.58. Compared to 2020, a 13 out of 10. It is such a significant improvement from last year. I have no idea what changed. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not like that we changed up practically any personnel on the offensive line, right? I mean, legitimately, we have not changed a single personnel group on the offensive line from last year that would even suggest any type of change. So, one possible explanation could be that we've changed up the scheme a little bit, that the offensive line focused a bit more on run blocking schemes. I'm not sure, but whatever they did, dude, 7.5 in real life, 7.5 in real life, a 10 compared to 2020. Okay, we got, oh, Evil. What's up, dude? Hey, Dan. So a big hug from Mexico City. Don't you think that the vaccine situation with Beasley affects him with the team environment? Salute, man. Beers. Hope you're drinking some brewskis. Dude, honestly, I'll be completely honest with you. I think that the Buffalo Bills are just so tight-knit as a team that I don't think they give a fuck. And to be honest with you. I mean, I know that he ended up having an issue with, I'd say, Jerry Hughes on Twitter for a bit, but I guarantee you that they squashed that beef 1,000%. I think that fans and I think that the media are a lot more upset with Beasley than his teammates are. Like, dude, like those guys have such a tight knit relationship. Yeah. I don't think that his teammates are mad at him at all whatsoever. That's me. Slinksy comes in. Slinksy comes in, says, Dan, when is TD posting his draft video? I don't know. Hopefully soon. He needs to. That poor fool. Big day for Diggs and Beasley is due. I agree, dude. Diggs is the most due that I've ever seen this guy on the face of the planet. Diggs is the most due. I'm really waiting for this to go through. Okay, so Torres Tube goes, and so you think that Bees got pissed about his reduction in targets? He deactivated his Twitter for a little. No, Torres, I don't think that that has to do with anything at all. I mean, he just ended up going on a bunch of Twitter tirades. Like, I mean, I am terrible about making that pronunciation of that word. He just ended up going off of his sort of rants on Twitter about the vaccine, and I just think that like he got like sick of just being trolled by like half of the United States. Or, I mean, I also have a theory. I think that like his marketing team or his agent or maybe even the Bills are just like, okay, you need to get rid of your Twitter account for a little bit. So he'll be back though. He'll be back. Norm comes in. Would you rather definitely win the Super Bowl this year or go to the Super Bowl the following 3 years with a chance to win 3? Norm, I want to win it right now, brother. I want to win it right now. Like, if the Bills win the Super Bowl this year and like the following year we get first rounded in the playoffs, I'd be pissed, I think, in the moment. But just, dude, just give me a Lombardi. Just give me a Lombardi, right? I feel like that our contracts are set up where we still have the majority of our team next year too. So I would love to win it this year and then just go in and just dominate again next year. But I don't want to get ahead of myself here. We'll see. So Trey Ellis goes, Bills fans are a little hard on him. Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, like, I like really try not to talk about like the vaccine because it's like super politicized and I hate politics like more than anything on earth. But I would tend to agree with you. I think that fans are a little too hard on the guy. Like, I mean, fucking mind your business. You know what I'm saying? And so all the Bills players are all about each other. They just care about winning. Exactly, Chino. 1,000%. Not promised tomorrow. I need that shit this season, Torres. 1,000%, bro. I need it. I need it, dude. I want it this year. I want it this year more than anything. This is the fucking year. And so the Bills have Toronto on their side too. Yo, dude, I know that there's a lot of Bills fans in Toronto. That's sick. My dude Chino goes, Dan, if we win, are you coming up for the parade? 1,000%, bro. 1,000%. So, like I said, I'm going to be going up to Jacksonville for the Jags Bills game, but I'm trying to put together when I'm going up to Buffalo for the Panthers game. Well, and so I just spoiled it. And so I'm thinking of going up for the Panthers game, honestly. Okay, so we got Evo coming up. He goes, question, Dan. And so D is going to stop Henry on Monday Night Football. How many yards are we giving up to the Titans? And so, Avil, honestly, I think that is probably a great question. I'm not sure if you came in here late, but I've said this once or twice, one of the two. But so Derrick Henry has not done well against the Bills in his career. 57 yards, 78 yards, and 56 yards are his past performances against us. The Bills, especially Sean McDermott, have schemed against him very efficiently. So I think our defense is going to do well. With the defense that we had last year, if we were able to hold Derrick Henry to 57 yards with the defense that we had last year, I think our defense this year is about to probably put up the similar numbers. I'm not going to say less than that. But yeah, who knows? I think our defense is going to show up, and I think that we're going to be able to make it up. How many yards are we giving up to the Titans? I don't know. I'd probably say about 250, you know? I mean, I would say probably 170 yards in the air, 60, 70 on the ground, I would say. So Trey Ellis, that's a great question, actually. Let me check it out. All right, so I actually have this pulled up right here. Let's take a look at it together. Let's take a look at this together. Share screen, window, Chrome tab, Derrick Henry. Boom. Okay. So I'm sure that you guys see it right now, but as you can see, okay, so we have 56, 78, and 57. And then in 2018, he had 11 attempts. In 2019, he had 20 for 78. And then in 2020, last year, he had 19 attempts for 57. So maybe not a ridiculous amount of attempts, but I would say an average one. And so imagine if Pornhub popped up. Come on, man. So George is saying 5 turnovers, some interceptions on Tannehill. How many TDs we get in Tyler coming in hot? I would say, shit, man. I'd probably end up going on ahead and saying, I'd say 4 to 5 touchdowns from Josh Allen by himself. I'd say 4 to 5 touchdowns going from there. Oh, so Norm comes in and says that I wouldn't be surprised if Henry has a bit over 100, but the total yards given up against the Titans will be around 200. Okay, so he's seeing that Tannehill is not going to have a pretty hot game. 5+ sacks. Dude, listen, this is the offensive line to do it against. Their offensive line has been absolutely struggling. They have a right guard named Nate Davis who has given up 38% of all the pressures that Tannehill has been experiencing. He's the reason why Tannehill is the most sacked quarterback in the entire league. Dude's like Swiss cheese coming out there, hazmats. Stephen T comes in. He goes, Jets fan here. If we can beat the Titans and the Bills can destroy them. Steven, I love it. And so it is any given Sunday. It really is. That's one thing I truly believe in, but I do appreciate where you're coming from that perspective. But Don Mafia, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to prep up for my live game reaction to Buccaneers and Eagles tonight. If you're interested in watching that, go on ahead and join me. I'm just going to be drinking beer, watching the game. You're more than welcome to join me there. Thank you so much. Go Bills. Go watch my preview video if you have not already. And before I let you go, you better always remember, let's go Buffalo.